Good afternoon, student. In today's lecture, we will going to study about the cloning vector. So, before that, knowing about the studying about the cloning vector, first we should know what is a gene or genetic engineering. Okay, so genetic engineering actually stands for the transfer of DNA between the host, that is of particular species, by an in vitro enzymatic manipulation. Okay, means in this what happened, the DNA is transferred into the host cell, which will get duplicated. Okay, and in most of the DNA segments are incapable of self replication. Okay, in like what happens, there is an addition segment DNA is used, that will capable of autonomous replication. Okay, and this must be linked to a fragment to be cloned. Okay, the clone is the making up of copies, similar copies, clones. Okay, so in a genetic engineering, what happened? A desired DNA, a material, a genetic material is transferred to the host cell, in which uh, it get replicated. Okay, and in order thus vector are self-replicating DNA molecule into which a foreign DNA molecule means a target DNA molecule, or interested DNA molecule is inserted. Okay, so clones are, in Greek, clones mean a twig. Okay, and the production of the exact copies, that is a clones of a particular gene or DNA sequence using genetic engineering technique. So we have what is genetic engineering techniques? The genetic engineering techniques will help in or stand for the transfer of DNA between the host and between the host by in vitro enzymatic manipulation. That means it will the piece of DNA is transferred, okay, into the new host, wherein it will get duplicated. This is known as a genetic engineering. And the clones will be the exact copies, production of exact copies of a particular gene or DNA sequence. Okay, and this clones will be introduced into the host by the process, that is by using a genetic engineering techniques. Okay, uh, now the DNA containing a targeted gene or genes is split into a fragment using a restriction enzyme, and these fragments are then inserted into the cloning vector, which transfers the recombinant DNA to a suitable host cell. So here vector will uh, next is the inside the host cell, the recombinant DNA undergoes replication. Thus a bacterial host will give rise to a colony of a cell containing a clone target gene. So what happens here, the DNA which contain a target genes is split or cut into the fragments using a restriction enzyme, and this fragment is then inserted into a particular vector, okay, cloning vector, which will transfer a recombinant DNA, this desired DNA, into a suitable host. Will help this particular so vector will help, it will act as a vehicle to transfer this desired or targeted gene into a suitable host. Okay, because since this particular targeted gene fragment is incapable of self replication, thus vector will help in doing so. Okay, this vector normally are capable of being replicated and isolated independent of the host genome. Okay, and although some are designed to incorporate DNA into the host genome for the long-term expression of a cloned gene, and most of the cloning vectors are originally derived from the naturally occurring extra chromosomal element such as bacteriophage and the plasmids are the examples. Like what happened, vectors are actually capable of being uh, replicate and isolate independently. It will not get interfere with the host genome and all. Okay, he will just, the vector will just replicate and isolate from the host genome. Okay, and it is designed to incorporate the DNA into the host genome for long term expression. Okay, so it will get a better cloning genes, and most cloning vectors are actually naturally derived, okay, from the extra chromosomal elements such as the bacteriophage and the plasmids. What is the significance of gene cloning? The gene cloning is a particular gene can be isolated and its nucleotide sequence can determine. With the help of this genetic engineering, gene cloning, we can we can isolate a particular gene and its nucleotide sequence. Okay, this also controls the sequence of a DNA can be identified and analyzed. Then the it states the functions of many proteins, enzymes, RNA. Then the mutation can be identified in particular gene. For example, defects related to a specific diseases and all. This all can be studied with the help of this genetic engineering. Then organism can be engineered for specific purpose. For example, in plants and all, or even in insulin, like where the large production of medicine, the insulin is required. So with the help of genetic engineering, we can get a large scale production of insulin. Okay, so first cloning experiment was done by a Boyer and Cohen. Stanley Cohen and co-workers first reported the use of the bacterial plasmids as a molecular cloning vector. Since that initial report, thousands of cloning vectors have been constructed, and their versatility in terms of cloning site, host range, and function appears to be limited only by a and the imagination of the inventor. Okay, whereas insertion of the foreign DNA fragments into the plasmid they have used is a PSC 101 was limited to a single restriction enzyme which cleaved site, and to E. coli has a host. Most vector currently in use carry multiple restriction enzyme cleavage site and have been modified for use with the common laboratory microorganisms. Okay, and many vectors now include dual origin of replication that enables them to shuttle between the host as a varied as E. coli and human cell. Okay, so this means that during the first, when the Boyer and the Cohen have done their experiment, they have first used is the plasmid PSC101, okay, as a vector, and it was having a single restriction enzyme with the cleavage site. Okay, whereas now there are multiple restriction enzyme having a cleavage site, and it has been now modified for a use for the easy in, so means the modification of the vectors have been carried out in order to it can be used in a common laboratory. Okay, and it also include dual origin of replications that enables them to shuttle down host as a varied. Okay, so these cloning vectors are available that enables the investigators to identify and isolate. We have already done this, that is significance, that is to identify and isolate regulatory DNA sequence such as the promoter and the terminator sites and all. Okay, then second is the identify open translation reading frames. It also helps in the overproduce useful RNAs and the proteins. Okay, for the medicinal use, for the production of grains and all. Okay, then it also determines the nucleotide sequence of a genes and segments of a DNA. Okay, and the cloning vector is necessary as a carrier of the clone gene. Without a vector, a DNA molecule introduced into the cell will be diluted out of the cell division and eventually from the host. So it doesn't allow the replication of the target DNA unless and until that is first introduced in the vector, and then vector is introduced into the host cell. Okay. First, in a cloning vector, the central component of the gene cloning process is a small piece of a DNA is introduced, that is a foreign DNA fragment is inserted, and the insertion of the fragment is carried out by treating the vector by vector and a foreign DNA with the restriction enzyme. Okay, then that creates a same overhang which is then ligated using a ligase, and that is fragments are joined together with using the ligates. Okay, this is the steps. Like first is the desired DNA piece or gene piece is taken, small piece of DNA that is referred to a foreign DNA fragment is inserted, and the insertion is carried out with the help of the restriction enzyme. And later, after the insertion of after the insertion of the foreign DNA into the vector is carried out by the ligase. Particular ligase will join that fragments of the DNA to the vector. Okay. Then what are the characteristics of cloning vector? What are the like a particular vector, a particular a piece of DNA, a piece of material is said to be a vector if it should carry a certain three common important characters to act as a cloning vector. First is the ORI, that is origin of replication. The cloning vector must be able to replicate in the host cell, means it must have a replication of origin. A replication of origin is a sequence element which is recognized by the host cell's replication machinery. Okay, that is the host DNA enzyme, and hence the cloning vector can be amplified in the host cell. Then second, here what happened, a segment of foreign DNA which has been cloned, that is inserted into the vector, is therefore amplified along with the vector DNA, and a large amount of desired foreign DNA are then therefore produced by using cloning. Okay. Then second point is vectors must contain selectable markers. marker for identification and isolation of the subpopulation of bacteria containing a vector. And efficiency of the transformation is very low, and only a few cells in the population take up and retain the exogenous DNA. Exogenous DNA means foreign DNA. So marker in a vector will help in identifying transformed bacterial colony. So marker will help after the replication. The need to find a vector, a desired target, and so targeted DNA. So this marker will help in finding a subpopulation of this desired uh, DNA molecule or gene fragments. Okay, and third is the most commonly used cloning. It is the contain a short DNA sequence with the many a short DNA sequence with the many closely placed restriction enzyme cleavage site, means it is known as a multiple cloning site or polylinkers. So this multiple cloning site can also be chemically synthesized in a vector, and they are very helpful during foreign gene DNA insertion. Okay, any two sites within a multiple cloning sites can simultaneously be cleaved with the help of a range of restriction enzymes, and that too without exercising the vector sequence. So this is the three important characters that determines a vector. Okay, a particular vector should have. Then another 2 point, that is the replicate inside the host cell to form multiple copies of recombinant DNA molecule. That vector should replicate inside the host cell, okay, without interfering with the genome of the host cell, and it should produce a copies along with itself a vector, and the desired target molecule should produce its copy. Okay, and the size of the vector should be less than the 10 kb. Okay, so now we will see the for example, just consider this one. This origin of replication allows the vector as well as the foreign DNA to amplify in the host cell. Then selectable markers will act as an antibiotic resistance gene that will allow the host to grow on a selective media, and it can selectively amplifies this specific vector in the host. And third point is the multiple cloning sites. Multiple cloning site will allow insertion of foreign DNA. Okay, if there is multiple cloning sites, the number of insertion DNA will increase. Okay, plus you will you will get more numbers of clones. Then type of cloning vector, there are 6 main type of cloning vector that they allow. The vectors are the vectors refers to the thing that allow the exogenous DNA to be inserted, stored, and manipulated mainly at the DNA level. Okay, and there are total 6 types, that is plasmid vector, bacteriophage vector, cosmid, phagemid, phosmid, and Bex and Yak vectors. Plasmid vectors are the primary vectors that will utilize in a gene cloning. They are actually found in the bacteria, eukaryotes, and archaebacteria, and they are naturally extrachromosomal self-replicating DNA molecule. These plasmids are refers to as the primary vectors which are used in a gene cloning, and they are found in the bacteria, eukaryotes, and the archibacteria. They are naturally occurring as an extra chromosomal self-replicating DNA molecule, and it also possesses antibiotic resistant gene which will allow him to have a high copy number. Okay, and they mostly encode proteins that is necessary for their own replication. Okay, examples of plasmids are PBR 322, PUC118, F plasmids are the few common examples of plasmid vector. The next one is the bacteriophage vector. Bacteriophage are said to be better than the plasmid for cloning large DNA inserts. Okay, and it has a phase lambda and M13 phase that are commonly used in a bacteriophage in a gene cloning. It is around 53 kb DNA, and it is often packed within a bacteriophage. The screening of the phage plague is much easier than something recommended in the bacterial clones. The next one is the cosmid. Whereas cosmid is the hybrid between the plasmid and the phase lambda vector. And the example of this cosmid is the cosmid vector, that is C2R capital R capital V, which carries an origin of replication and cloning site, and it also has a antibiotic resistant gene. Okay, the next one is the phasemid. Whereas this phasemids is also known is a DNA based cloning vector which will be having the properties of both, like bacteriophage and the plasmid properties. And in this there will be, in addition to the origin of replication, there is more, like these are the few the type of cloning vectors. In our next lecture we will study all this type of cloning vectors. Okay? If you have any question regarding this topic, then please let me know. Okay? And please ask the questions. Okay, thank you.